Let me show you one other cool feature with filters or just materials in general. Let me add a color, and I'm just gonna make this light color here. All right, so we know that if we go to the filter itself and go to distribution, we can basically select different ways for that item to be distributed. Now it's organized based off noise, so different procedural noise effects, layers, which we'll touch on a little bit. But if you have a mask or you want to tie this to a particular filter, such as the advanced sediment flows, and that's the wrong one. I meant to do that for color. So for color, distribution, layer, filter change, and we want this color to tie with the advanced erosion sediment flows that we just made. And you can see that right here, as well as different ways to power this up. Let me just increase the, lower the level powering. But another thing that we can do, which is really cool, is say you don't have to, for any of these distributions, you don't have to go to distribution plus and any of these layers for something. To make it real quick, I can just take this color layer, drag it on top of, or vice versa. I'm going to take the erosion layer, drag it on top of color, and it'll do the distribution itself. You see it's automatically added that filter change and selected the sediment there. If I wanted to say add rocky cliffs, but I want these rocky cliffs to just be part of one of the new distribution types, rocks. We'll just do rocks. Hit the heat map to see where that's going. Let me lower the step size, perhaps threshold. All right, so now we want to add a different color for those rocks. So I'm gonna add a color here. This time I'll add a gradient. I will choose a preset for this gradient, and let's choose a rock. Let's choose this color. I'm going to uncheck the gradient detail. So if you see right here in the gradient, all of these colors are making sort of these very vertical, prominent lines. If I uncheck gradient detail, it's going to blend all those colors together. But you have the ability with checking gradient detail, you can adjust how much of the strength and probability and shading and all that stuff for how wide and how diverse all of these striations are. But we're just going to uncheck that gradient detail. And now I want to drag, or let's do it this way. I'll drag the gradient on top of rocky hard. It didn't do it that way. So we want rocky hard here to basically adhere to this gradient. So now you can see that gradient is applied all throughout there, but I need to add a gradient distribution. So let's do a height gradient. There we go. So this height gradient is going to basically paste. Let me uncheck this filter change real quick. The gradient distribution category, if I were to select this height gradient, it's going to take this string of colors from base to top and basically gradually move that gradient from based on its height. You can do other gradient distribution methods. Let's see, let's try doing one based off rocky edges. And you'll see right here, it has scattered all of this based off what it think rocky edges are. So it's sort of a different way of distributing that gradient. Let's maybe turn down the edge strength a little bit. Increase the distance. There we go. So now that we can add some really nice rocky cracks to all of this. And then if we wanted to apply this back to that filter, go to the material design mode. We can see on this rocky surface, it has applied that material based off. The lesser clicks, the better. So anytime you have a filter and you want that filter to apply based on some other distribution, it's just drag and drop. It's one less click to go through each material and specify I want it to distribute based off of this or that.